Morrisville State College, State of New York, the team run a 250 cow herd as a commercial enterprise with an average herd lactation of 24,700 pounds, or 11,225 litres, with a feed efficiency of 1.47. So what advice on establishing a management system can the team at Morrisville give to dairy farmers seeking to improve their business without sacrificing herd health or reproduction, while making the most efficient use of natural resources?
Well, the big key is making sure that the forages are balanced, paying attention to all the little things, making sure that the cows have good cow comfort.
The team effort here is absolutely essential.
Take your system and you overlay it, and then you try to bring out the best of that cow within your system.
Around 7 weeks, we start giving them a TMR mix with a grain on top of that. They reach that 200 to 250 pound weight. Then we know that group of calves is ready to move into the wean barn. Once they're up to about 400 pounds, we'll transfer them out of there into another barn that has headlocks. We actually we change the ration because we want to keep a good balanced ration with a good fiber for good rumen development.
As the heifers grow, they are grouped by size and weight until bred at between 825 and 850 pounds.
At that point there, we breed them, and we've been around a 51% conception rate on first service on our heifers. First service on our adult dairy cows are running around 48% right now. Compared to the national average, be around 21%. Far off dry cows, we try to get a good balance of fiber, a dry cow mineral, and a lower energy ration to hold the cows at a 3.5 body score, since we don't want our dry cows getting fat pre-fresh. We're coming off a real high fiber diet in a dry cow ration. So it's kind of like I'm eating like sticks comparison. By the time they come out here and they go to the fresh group, they come out and eat the TMR, it's like eating candy. So to get that rumen filled right up after that calf is born, to get that cavity filled up. Because if that cavity doesn't get filled up, then they're going to DA on it.
BMR corn is highly susceptible to breaking down. The more times you handle it, the more it breaks down. It's part of the process of why we're so successful with it. Part of it is our mixer wagon. It's a lot more forgiving. It simply does a better job at mixing that up without smashing the daylights out of it.
We have a nutritionist that comes in and works side by side with me, and we bounce ideas off each other, and we come up with a ration that is pretty constant. We really don't change much. Well, you definitely want a ration that's very palatable. The cows want to eat it. And as you can see with the mixes that we have here in the dairy, the cows are at the bunk all the time eating. We walk around the barn and we're checking manure for any bypass corn, anything like that that's going through the cow too fast. Because if it's coming out too fast, obviously the cow's not getting the full benefit of it. The high group averages 120 pounds apiece. The heifer group averages 96 pounds apiece. We'll dry them off at about 230 days carrying calf, and we run a 50-day dry cow period. It's the little things that all add up to the big issue, which is profitability in the end. We tried to hold the barn in the summertime as cool as we can. As far as like the cow comfort, we keep the cows bed with sawdust on mats.
All of our flooring here on our feed alleys are all rubberized. We want to design these free stalls the best that we can to mimic cows being on dirt.
Every milking shift, the feed is pushed up pre-milking and post-milking.
So what messages do the team have for you?
You need somebody to take charge of your dairy, and then somebody else needs to take the lead and go out and take care of the crop side of it. So you got both sides of it covered, because if you fail on either side, you're going to lose money.
Bring in the outside expertise that you don't have and admit to what you don't have.
If you don't have your dry cows right, you don't tend to get them bred right. If you don't get them bred right, you get your long lactations. You get your long lactations, you get fat cows, and it tends to mess up. So you have to pick somewhere to start, but you have to go through the whole cycle and look at the whole cycle and make sure that you're doing all the things that cow needs to get the job done.